comes time to pruning your tree, the best way to go about doing this is to take a walk around the tree and get a good idea of what you want to achieve. You want to keep in mind that you want to have it open an area so you can see the limbs of the tree and see the overall silhouette of the branching of the tree. A couple things you want to have in mind before you start. You want to have a very sharp cutting utensils. You want to have a disinfectant to disinfect your shears. What I prefer is alcohol, 70 or 90% ethyl alcohol. It seems to work really well. I dip the shears into the alcohol to disinfect the blades. A 10% solution of bleach works real good. Phyton 27 will work just as well. I use the alcohol because it's easy and very effective. And then you want to start at the bottom and work your way up. And what I recommend doing is you just cut a couple small branches, take a step back, see what you've done, and then come back and do some more shaping of the tree. You want to cut close to the main trunk, snipping the branches right up against the base. So see here, I'm working down at the bottom, and now I'm starting to work my way up just a little bit more. Anything that is crossing the main inside structure of the tree you want to remove. I'm going to continue down at the bottom, removing some of the branches. I hold the branches too as I cut them so they don't tear away. You want to avoid tearing the cambium. Any kind of tears can allow invasion of fungus and bacteria to come in. I've cut a little bit there. I'm going to slow down, walk around the tree, get another idea of what's going on here. One of the things people do is they get in there and they have an idea of what they want the tree to look like, and they just start cutting away. And before they know it, they might have cut a little bit too much. So it's really important to take your time, step back. I tell people to even walk away for 15-20 minutes, or even maybe come back the next day and start again. So I've gone up a little ways. I see this branch is coming off into the middle, so I'm going to grab that one. So we're opening up the inside of the tree. We're getting rid of crossing branches. Here's another crossing one on the inside. Get rid of that guy. Cutting flush to the main stem. Moving up a little bit more. Here's another crossing one that we're going to get rid of. When removing a larger limb, such as this one right here, we want to use a saw. And I have a turbo saw right here that I'm going to be using. The turbo saw is extra sharp and it cuts on the back pull. The first thing you want to do on a larger one is to make a slight back cut, and you want to be flush with the main stem, not cutting into the collar but right to the collar. Just making some light strokes to get the cut started. And I'm cutting on the underside so that we won't tear this when we come from the top. When we come from the top side, there we go. I'm supporting the limb with my other hand. And we're done. So here we can see that we've cut real nice and clean all around just to the collar of the main stem. That's what we were trying to achieve, a nice clean cut. We'll leave that to heal on its own. We won't apply anything because sometimes those will keep too much moisture in and harbor fungus, which can cause more damage. Walking around, looking for more crossing branches. We see one to the inside, we push back, and here we can see this branch coming across, interfering with the open space in this area. So So I'm going to go ahead and remove this guy right here. Okay. Still have another crossing branch there. It's going to remove that guy. Okay. Take a step back. Walk around. The overall integrity of the tree is looking pretty good now. So now I'm going to go in from the outside and come in and try to balance the tree a little bit with some of the longer, ganglier branches. Now I'm going to baby up because you can always cut more. Once it's gone, you're going to have to wait till next season for it to grow back. So I'm going to baby up here, just cut a couple of the main longer branches. Step back, see how it's looking. Sometimes it's hard to see the tree in the forest. So we've brought the tree out here against a plainer background so we can see the shape a little bit better. Now remember, everyone has their own preference to shapes and forms, and hopefully you can come up with your own preferences that you will be satisfied with. If you cut too much of the tree back, don't worry, because it is a living thing. It will grow back and you'll have the opportunity to do it again and again. I can see a couple more branches that I'd like to trim out of here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. It's still a little bit too full in the middle. I'm going to clean up some of these other branches now that we have a better look. One of the best ways to keep your maple in shape is to do constant, thoughtful pruning. And the best way to do this is just whenever you're around your tree and you see a branch that is becoming too long like this one. You can just merely come in and clip off the terminal end there, right above the node, and that will stop the growth and avoid any massive pruning at a later time.